What if I told you the most confident person in the room might also be the most clueless? Why do people who know the least often believe they know the most? And more importantly, could it be you without even realizing it? Today we're exposing the bizarre psychological glitch known as the Dunning-Kruger Effect. A cognitive bias so powerful, it tricks people into mistaking ignorance for intelligence. It's the reason a terrible driver thinks they're above average, why your loudest coworker is always the most wrong, and why history's worst decisions were often made by those who thought they were geniuses. But here's the twist. The smarter you are, the more likely you are to doubt yourself. So how can we know who to trust, including ourselves? Stay with me, because what you're about to learn may change the way you see yourself, others, and the world forever. And if you've ever felt like you're surrounded by confidence but starved for truth, you're exactly where you need to be. Let's dive in. In today's video, we delve into the intriguing paradox of human intelligence, focusing specifically on the Dunning-Kruger Effect, a cognitive bias where individuals with low ability at a task overestimate their competence. This phenomenon not only sheds light on personal self-awareness, but also has profound implications for society at large. As we navigate an increasingly complex world, the Dunning-Kruger effect serves as a reminder of the disconnect that can exist between actual knowledge and perceived knowledge. It raises critical questions about how we assess our own capabilities and the potential consequences of this misjudgment. In an age where information is abundant, yet often misleading, understanding this effect becomes essential. It highlights the importance of humility and the willingness to learn, as well as the dangers of overconfidence in our opinions and decisions. As we explore this topic, we invite you to reflect on your own experiences and consider how the interplay of intelligence and ignorance shapes our interactions, decisions, and societal dynamics. The relevance of this discussion is undeniable. In a world where misinformation can spread rapidly, recognizing the limits of our understanding is crucial. By engaging with the Dunning-Kruger effect, we not only gain insight into our cognitive processes, but also foster a culture of critical thinking and open dialogue. So, join us as we unpack this fascinating psychological phenomenon, challenge our assumptions, and encourage a deeper understanding of intelligence in all its forms. Together, we can navigate the complexities of knowledge and ignorance, ultimately striving for a more informed and thoughtful society. The Dunning-Kruger effect is rooted in a fascinating psychological foundation that reveals how individuals with low competence tend to overestimate their abilities. This cognitive bias occurs because those lacking skills often lack the metacognitive awareness necessary to recognize their deficiencies. In essence, they are not only incompetent, but also unaware of their incompetence, leading them to believe they excel in areas where they actually struggle. This overconfidence can manifest in various aspects of life, from professional settings to personal relationships, where individuals may assert opinions or make decisions without the requisite knowledge or expertise. In stark contrast, highly intelligent individuals frequently experience self-doubt, questioning their capabilities and fearing they may not measure up to their peers. This phenomenon, known as imposter syndrome, highlights a paradox where those who are truly skilled often underestimate their competence, while those who are less capable overestimate theirs. The implications of the Dunning-Kruger effect extend beyond individual self-assessment. They significantly impact public discourse and decision-making. When individuals with inflated self-perceptions dominate conversations, they can skew discussions, leading to the spread of misinformation and poorly informed decisions. This can be particularly detrimental in critical areas such as politics, healthcare, and education, where expertise is essential for sound judgment. As a result, the Dunning-Kruger effect can contribute to a culture of overconfidence, where the loudest voices are often the least informed. Recognizing this bias is crucial for fostering a more informed public dialogue, encouraging humility, and promoting a willingness to seek out knowledge and expertise. By understanding the psychological underpinnings of the Dunning-Kruger effect, we can better navigate the complexities of self-assessment and its broader societal implications. In examining the role of media and education systems in perpetuating ignorance, it becomes clear that modern media often reinforces existing biases rather than fostering critical thinking. With the rise of social media platforms and sensationalist news outlets, information is frequently presented in a way that caters to pre-existing beliefs, creating echo chambers where individuals are exposed only to viewpoints that align with their own. This environment discourages critical analysis and promotes a superficial understanding of complex issues, leading to a society where misinformation can thrive. Instead of challenging audiences to think deeply, media often prioritizes engagement over enlightenment, resulting in oversimplified narratives that fail to capture the nuances of reality. Education plays a pivotal role in shaping knowledge and understanding, yet many systems focus on rote memorization and standardized testing rather than encouraging critical thinking and inquiry. When students are not taught to question, analyze, and engage with material on a deeper level, they may emerge from educational institutions ill-equipped to navigate the complexities of the world. This lack of critical engagement can have dire consequences, as a society that values oversimplification over deep thought risks becoming complacent and easily manipulated. The implications are profound. When individuals are unable to think critically, they may accept misinformation as truth, leading to poor decision-making and a diminished capacity for informed civic engagement. Ultimately, the interplay between media and education creates a feedback loop that perpetuates ignorance, making it essential for both sectors to prioritize critical thinking and nuanced understanding. By fostering an environment that values depth over simplicity, we can cultivate a more informed society capable of navigating the complexities of modern life and making sound decisions based on evidence and reason. Ignorant individuals often dominate discussions and public opinion due to a psychological tendency for people to gravitate towards simple answers. In a world filled with complex issues, many individuals find comfort in straightforward solutions that require minimal critical thinking. This preference for simplicity can lead to the elevation of voices that offer easy explanations, even if those explanations lack depth or accuracy. As a result, discussions can become dominated by those who present their ideas with confidence, regardless of their actual knowledge on the subject. This phenomenon is particularly evident in debates, where confidence can overshadow expertise. Individuals who assert their opinions with conviction often capture attention and sway public sentiment, even if their arguments are fundamentally flawed. The persuasive power of confidence can create an illusion of competence, leading audiences to accept assertions without questioning their validity. Historical examples abound of leaders who rose to power through ignorance, capitalizing on the public's desire for simple solutions. Figures such as Adolf Hitler and Benito Mussolini exploited societal fears and frustrations, offering clear-cut answers to complex problems while disregarding the nuances of reality. Their ability to communicate with certainty and charisma allowed them to rally support, despite the dangerous ideologies they promoted. This pattern underscores the troubling reality that ignorance can thrive in environments where critical thinking is undervalued. When society prioritizes confidence over knowledge, it risks empowering those who may not have the best interests of the public at heart. Ultimately, the dominance of ignorant voices in discussions and public opinion highlights the need for a more discerning approach to information, encouraging individuals to seek depth and understanding rather than settling for simplistic answers. By fostering critical thinking and valuing informed discourse, we can work toward a more enlightened society. In a society that favors certainty, intelligent individuals often face significant challenges, leading many to remain silent due to self-doubt. Despite possessing knowledge and insights, these individuals may hesitate to voice their opinions, fearing that their nuanced understanding will be dismissed in favor of more assertive yet less informed perspectives. This reluctance stems from a deep-seated awareness of the complexities surrounding various issues, which can make them question their own viewpoints and abilities. The societal preference for confidence over intellect further complicates this dynamic. In discussions and debates, those who speak with conviction often overshadow those who approach topics with caution and critical thought. This preference can create an environment where assertiveness is mistakenly equated with correctness, leaving intelligent individuals feeling marginalized and undervalued. The paradox of intelligence being met with suspicion and hostility is particularly troubling. In a culture that prizes certainty, intelligent individuals may be viewed as elitist or out of touch, leading to a backlash against their ideas. This hostility can manifest in various ways, from dismissive comments to outright rejection of their contributions, reinforcing the notion that intelligence is not always welcomed in public discourse. As a result, many intelligent individuals may choose to withdraw from conversations, fearing that their insights will not be appreciated or understood. This silence not only stifles valuable perspectives, but also perpetuates a cycle where ignorance thrives, as confident yet uninformed voices dominate the narrative. Ultimately, the challenges faced by intelligent individuals in a society that favors certainty highlight the need for a cultural shift that values critical thinking and encourages open dialogue. By fostering an environment where intellect is celebrated rather than shunned, we can create a more inclusive and informed society that embraces complexity and nuance. And if this kind of insight resonates with you, you're probably one of the rare few who values real understanding over empty noise. Stick around. This channel was made for minds like yours. We unpack these psychological blind spots every week. So if sharpening your perception sounds like a worthy upgrade, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Throughout history, there have been numerous instances where intelligence was rejected in favor of ignorance, with figures like Galileo Galilei serving as prime examples. Galileo, a pioneering astronomer and physicist, faced significant challenges from society when he proposed the heliocentric model of the solar system, which contradicted the long-held geocentric view endorsed by the Church. His advocacy for scientific inquiry and evidence-based reasoning was met with hostility, leading to his trial and eventual house arrest. This rejection of Galileo's insights illustrates how societal norms can suppress inconvenient truths, prioritizing established beliefs over empirical evidence. The fear of challenging the status quo often leads to the marginalization of those who dare to present new ideas, as seen in Galileo's case. Another notable example is the treatment of Charles Darwin and his theory of evolution. When Darwin published On the Origin of Species, he faced fierce opposition from religious groups and segments of society that clung to creationist beliefs. The backlash against Darwin's groundbreaking work exemplifies how intelligent voices can be silenced when they threaten deeply ingrained ideologies. The consequences of ignoring intelligent perspectives throughout history have been profound. By dismissing the insights of thinkers like Galileo and Darwin, society has often hindered progress and innovation, clinging to outdated beliefs that stifle intellectual growth. This pattern of rejecting intelligence in favor of ignorance not only impedes scientific advancement, but also fosters an environment where misinformation can flourish. Ultimately, the historical rejection of intelligent voices serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the importance of embracing critical thinking and open dialogue. By learning from these past mistakes, we can strive to create a society that values knowledge and encourages the exploration of new ideas, ensuring that intelligence is not overshadowed by ignorance. Ignorance perpetuates itself within society through a cycle that often begins with individuals who lack knowledge, making decisions that impact the broader community. When those without a solid understanding of critical issues are placed in positions of authority or influence, their choices can have far-reaching consequences. For instance, policymakers who are uninformed about scientific principles may enact laws that disregard evidence-based practices, leading to detrimental outcomes for public health and safety. This cycle of ignorance can create a feedback loop where poor decisions further entrench misunderstandings and misconceptions within the population. Education and media play significant roles in sustaining this ignorance. Many educational systems prioritize rote memorization over critical thinking, failing to equip students with the skills necessary to analyze information and engage with complex topics. As a result, individuals may graduate without the ability to discern credible sources from misinformation, leaving them vulnerable to manipulation. Similarly, Media outlets often prioritize sensationalism and entertainment over factual reporting, reinforcing existing biases and promoting simplistic narratives. This environment can lead to a populace that is ill-informed and easily swayed by emotional appeals rather than rational discourse. The dangers of a society led by the ignorant are profound. When decision-makers lack the knowledge to navigate complex issues, they may implement policies that exacerbate social inequalities, environmental degradation, and public health crises. Furthermore, a culture that values certainty over inquiry can stifle innovation and progress, as critical voices are drowned out by those who assert their opinions with confidence, regardless of their accuracy. Ultimately, the perpetuation of ignorance within society poses a significant threat to democratic processes and informed citizenship. To break this cycle, it is essential to prioritize education that fosters critical thinking and to promote media literacy, ensuring that individuals are equipped to engage thoughtfully with the world around them. Dealing with ignorance in everyday life can be challenging, but there are practical strategies that can help navigate these situations effectively. One of the most important approaches is to seek out critical thinkers rather than engaging directly with stubborn ignorance. Surrounding yourself with individuals who value evidence-based reasoning and open dialogue can create a more enriching environment. These conversations can inspire deeper understanding and encourage you to think critically about various issues, rather than getting caught up in fruitless debates with those who refuse to consider alternative viewpoints. Maintaining a sense of humor in the face of absurdity is another valuable tool. When confronted with ignorance, a lighthearted approach can diffuse tension and make discussions more enjoyable. Humor can serve as a bridge, allowing you to address serious topics without alienating others. By using wit to highlight the absurdity of certain beliefs, you can encourage reflection without coming across as confrontational. Additionally, the value of observing and analyzing rather than arguing cannot be overstated. Instead of engaging in heated debates, take the time to listen and understand the perspectives of others. This approach allows you to gather insights into their reasoning and motivations, which can be more effective than simply trying to prove them wrong. By observing and analyzing, you can identify common ground and gently guide conversations toward more informed discussions. Ultimately, dealing with ignorance requires patience and a willingness to engage thoughtfully. By fostering critical thinking, maintaining a sense of humor, and prioritizing observation over argument, you can contribute to a more informed and open-minded society. These strategies not only enhance your own understanding, but also encourage others to reconsider their views, creating a ripple effect that promotes knowledge and awareness in everyday interactions. In summary, today's discussion has highlighted the critical insights surrounding the Dunning-Kruger Effect and the pervasive nature of societal ignorance. We explored how individuals with limited knowledge often overestimate their abilities, leading to a disconnect between perceived and actual competence. This cognitive bias not only affects personal self-assessment, but also has significant implications for public discourse and decision-making. We examined how modern media and education systems can contribute to the perpetuation of ignorance, emphasizing the need for critical thinking and informed dialogue. Additionally, we discussed the challenges faced by intelligent individuals in a society that favors certainty, as well as historical examples where intelligence was rejected in favor of ignorance. The cycle of ignorance can be broken by seeking out critical thinkers, maintaining a sense of humor, and prioritizing observation over argument. As we wrap up, we encourage you to reflect on these key takeaways and consider how they apply to your own life and interactions. If you found this video insightful, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with others who might benefit from this discussion. Your engagement helps us reach a wider audience and fosters a community dedicated to promoting knowledge and critical thinking.